Running a pub or bar can sometimes be a challenging experience. Frontline staff will know that on a day-to-day basis, they will face a wide range of problems, some of them involving vulnerable people. This may be a result of you having to enforce your licensing conditions, such as requesting proof of age, or the refusal to sell alcohol to a drunken person. Or it might be a result of more general alcohol or drug-related illness. Whatever the reason, your reputation as a safe and secure venue will stand or fall on how you deal with vulnerable customers. The best way to manage vulnerability is to ensure that you have equipped your team with the guidance and skills to effectively deal with vulnerable people before they become an issue. To help you start this process, we're going to show you a number of short scenarios which you might like to view with your staff. We hope that they will generate a team discussion on vulnerability of the customer and how you might positively respond to the situation to ensure that the person is protected. We suggest that you risk assess each scenario too. Evaluate the situation. Identify any signs of danger, including aggression and drunkenness. Assess who is the best person to help in the circumstances. Work with the vulnerable person to find a solution. Treat each person as an individual and do not make snap judgments. At the end of each scenario, we will show you a pause icon and there will be a 5-second countdown before the film continues. Pause your device at this point so that you can fully discuss the issue. When you're ready to continue, restart the film. Alternatively, just watch the clock count down and the film will continue. So, if that's all clear, we will start our first scenario.
You're good, mate. Got ID, please, fella. Thank you. Yep, have a good evening.
Cheers.
Ladies, ID, thank you. Yep. Have a good evening, guys.
Thanks.
Good evening. Do you have any proof of age or identification?
I haven't got anything on me tonight, but my friends have just gone in the club. They can vouch for me.
Can't let you in, I'm afraid. We have an age verification policy.
My friend drove me here. I haven't got any other way of getting home. I didn't even want to come out tonight. Can I just go inside at least and just speak to her, please?
No, sorry. It's more than my job to be able to let you in, I'm afraid.
But my phone's dead. Bastard.
In this scenario, the door supervisor has challenged the person because the venue has an age verification policy. Clearly, he is right that she can't enter the premises as a customer. But what might be the unintended consequences of just turning her away from the premises? And how might she be vulnerable?
Oh, excuse me. Please can I borrow your phone?
No, sorry.
So, having assessed the situation, do you feel that the person is vulnerable? She has already informed the door supervisor that her friends drove her to the venue and that she hasn't any way of getting home. Making the person leave the premises alone might make her vulnerable to predators. What did you decide would be the best way to deal with the situation? In this scenario, it wouldn't take much effort to notify her friends of the situation and reunite them, even if it means that they decide to leave your venue in order to keep together. But if they decide that they are not going to join their friend, what could you do to minimize risk? We think that you could at least talk to the person and discuss how they might safely get home. Offer the use of a phone to help her communicate with a family member or friend who could pick them up. Help her to arrange transport from a licensed taxi company. Engage the help of a voluntary group such as street pastors. Record the details of the refusal of entry and subsequent action in the venue incident book. But above all, don't let her wander off alone without a phone or money for transport. Let's have a look at our second scenario.
Have you seen that guy over there? One talking to Jasmine?
No, he's new, isn't he? Why, what's the problem?
Well, she hasn't been here that long, and I don't think she's had that much to drink, but she doesn't look right.
Come in. Let's get you home, mate.
Do you think she's okay?
No, she doesn't look too good, does she? Let's check it out.
Yeah. Oh, see ya. Where's Hey, there she goes. Here we go, this way.
Whoa. Hi, Jasmine. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, she's fine, mate. I'm just taking her home.
Oh, yeah, and where's that?
I don't know, we've only just met. Gonna get in a taxi though, eh?
Yeah, okay, but she doesn't look too good, does she? Let's see what she thinks about that.
Jazz, are you feeling okay?
Really tired.
Whoa.
Okay, it's okay.
Jasmine, have you taken anything?
All right, mate. Step over here, we need to have a chat.
Hey?
Come here. So what's she been drinking tonight?
I don't know, mate. She was like that when I arrived. She could have took anything.
Maggie, best call an ambulance. She might have been given something. Oi, what'd you drop there?
What are you insinuating? I ain't dropped nothing. Get your hands off
calm
me.
down. Stay there. Maggie, ask for the police as well, will you? I think they're going to need to...
In this scenario, the licensee and door supervisor have identified that the female customer is with an unknown male who has admitted that he has only met her that night. She's clearly suffering from the effects of alcohol or drugs. Is the female customer vulnerable? Also, would it be good practice to allow the male customer to take her from the premises? So, having considered the scenario, do you think the female customer is vulnerable? Due to her appearance and responses to questioning, there should be a reasonable suspicion that she is either very drunk, suffering from the effects of drugs, or that her drink has been spiked. It would be dangerous to allow the unknown person to remove her from a place of safety. We think, at the very least, you should call an ambulance immediately to provide urgent medical assistance. Stay with the customer at all times. If they are unconscious, place them in the recovery position and monitor their breathing. Notify the police that you suspect that the customer may have been the victim of crime. Record the details of the incident in your venue incident book. There may be a completely innocent medical reason for the customer being unwell, but it is better to be safe than sorry. So let's move on to our third scenario.
Who's that?
Just a guy I know.
You seem to know him pretty well.
No, just a casual acquaintance.
Just a casual acquaintance, is he?
Oh, grow up, you're behaving like a child.
I'm not the one who's acting like a tart.
Don't speak to me like that. I'm tired of your controlling behaviour.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have to if you knew your place.
Look there, guys, can I have a word, please?
Keep out of this, mate. It's a personal disagreement.
Yeah, look, I can see that, but you got to understand this is a business. And your shouting and screaming can upset our other customers.
Oh, come on, I'm gonna go get a taxi.
No, I've had enough of this. I can't take this anymore.
Acting like a little prima donna.
Come on, look. I know why you're upset. If you continue to scream and shout, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, okay? I don't want to do that.
No, you don't have to. I've had enough of this. I'm going home. Keep him away from me.
Don't be a fool. Come back. We'll go home together. Mate, keep off.
Believe me, mate, I don't want to get involved in your dispute over it. We have a company policy not to allow drunk and disorderly behaviour on the premises.
In this scene, the duty manager and door supervisor have identified that a male customer is acting in an aggressive and controlling manner to his female partner, and she is resisting his attempts to remove her from the premises. They act appropriately in separating the two parties, but the woman appears upset by the incident, and the man is confrontational and demands that they leave together. How would you deal with this situation? Not an easy situation to deal with, is it? It might be appropriate to try and separate how you would respond to each party. The female appears to be the victim of domestic violence. It'll be her decision as to whether she makes an official complaint to the police. So your first priority should be to ensure that she remains safe and she has the space to consider her options. However, at the very least, we think you should take the victim to a safe area of the bar and stay with her at all times. Help her to contact a friend or family member who might give support. Help her to arrange transport from a friend or licensed taxi company and make sure she gets to the transport safely. Ask if she wants your help in contacting the police. Record the details in your venue incident book. The customer might not be willing to make a complaint at this time, but by fully recording the details of the incident, then you will help in any future police investigation. Let's now consider the male customer. He is clearly angry, and his body language suggests that the situation could escalate. It's important that you maintain self-control and don't be pulled into conflict. This film isn't about conflict resolution, and the subject matter deserves much more time than we can give you here. So, the general advice I'd like to give you is to try to de-escalate the situation. Stand back and create space between you. Stay calm. Use non-threatening body language. Don't put yourself or others at risk. Don't try to manage it alone. And as with every potentially violent incident, if the situation escalates or you feel at risk, always contact the police on the 999 system. If you're interested in learning more about conflict resolution, you can find further information on the National Pubwatch website in the Good Practice Pub, or on our YouTube page. We've shown you a number of scenarios to give you the opportunity to consider some of the issues around vulnerability, which, let's face it, can be complicated.
Hello, girls. How are you? You having a nice evening?
Yeah, sorry,
All right.
we don't know him.
Hello, you're gorgeous, aren't you?
No, I
Can I
don't.
get you a drink?
No, I'm all right.
Do you not like
thanks.
one?
Can you
Rob.
just leave me alone?
I'm just chatting to her.
No, thank you. You're not the
Well,
sort.
listen, I'm just talking to her. I'm just getting
Hey,
to
doing,
know
mate?
her.
You all right?
Hello, mate. Listen,
fella, do you want to step outside for a quick chat? Just two of us.
well, look, I'm
please,
just
can
talking to
you
these
just-
girls.
I don't
just
know
stand back to know
you.
each other. These girls, there's not a problem here, is there? Come on.
know
understand
him.
that, but, you know, we're just going to have a quick conversation outside. It's all right.
But why are coming here all the time?
You can't touch women like that. You know, we just have a quick chat, just
All right,
two of us.
okay, listen, I will, but I'm going to give you my number, all
I
right?
don't- I don't
077,
remember.
all the 852, yeah? All right, maybe I'll speak to you later. Okay.
Why does this always happen to me?
It's just because you're so beautiful, don't worry, it's not you.
I just want him to have a good night and a drink.
It's important that all staff fully understand your policy for dealing with vulnerable people and have had the necessary advice and training to confidently deal with the situations that they're likely to face. If you haven't developed a policy yet, then hopefully this film will provide an opportunity to start the process. And lastly, protect your own safety. Always try to work alongside other staff members, because acting alone can also make you vulnerable. Always keep firm boundaries in place and never offer to give someone a lift home or do anything that could put your own safety at risk. National Pubwatch has always promoted initiatives that create safer pubs and clubs, such as Ask for Angela. We've also made available a number of training materials and films covering a range of important subjects. To learn more, visit our website at www.nationalpubwatch.org.uk.